What's up, guys? It is a month of 2022 here at DNA's the Best 2023, and welcome back to the series. In this video, I'll be focusing on developer products and how to use them. So first things first, make sure you have your Roblox file open. If you don't, get it open. And then what we have to do here is make sure our script is actually working. So I can use a player added event here. Game.players.player added, and you can connect that to a function, and then you can just do like a little print, like your username, and then like script. Danny is the best. Apostrophe s. Make sure this is your username, just so you can test. So Danny is the best. Script is working, and then what we can do now is basically just see if the print's working or not. So we can wait for this to open. Might take a while. If the site doesn't respond, just wait. It should load eventually. And then what you should get in the output, it requested module experienced an error while loading. Right here. Danny is the best. Script is working. You should see that. If you don't see that, put a thumbs down in the comments. If you do see that, put a thumbs up in the comments, then a hyphen, and your Roblox username. Or just a thumbs up. And then, after that, now we know our script is working. I don't know why I'm getting a module script error. Let me see if there's like any module scripts in my game. But now we can get more on like developer products and how to use them. Gonna be a short video. There's not really much you need to know about developer products, so we can start. So what we can do, excuse me, is we can insert a new part and just like drag it over here. All we're gonna do is rename this part to prompt on click. Prompt on click. And then make sure that it is anchored. If it's not anchored, that would be a big problem. And then you have to make it red. And then once it's red, then we can add a click detector in it. And then we have a click detector now. And then after that, we can just open up game settings. And then after game settings gets open like it should, then we should go to monetization. And don't mind the background, my sister's just watching her phone. Developer products. And what we can do is say product name. So we can configure this. We can edit this and name it. And instead of developer product 1, we can name it like test products. And we can make the price like 50 Robux. And then after that, we can reopen game settings. And then after we reopen game settings, we can copy the ID to the clipboard. And then we can actually start scripting this thing. So what we can do is add a script in that click detector. And we can say script. Well, first let's set a variable. So we can say local. I'm not sure if there's a developer product service or not, but I have to check on that. Okay, developer product service equals game colon get service. Uh, wait, is there a developer products? It's marketplace service. That's it. So developer, we'll say local marketplace service is game get service marketplace service, and also, I forgot to say this. Go into security and allow third-party sales. Enable that, and then if it warns you about third-party attacks, just accept it. It's not really that big of a deal. And then we'll say under the service, local developer product ID will be equal to the ID you just copied. If you didn't copy the ID of your developer product, make sure you copy that. And we can say script.parent.mouse click. We can connect the function, and we can pass the player as a parameter. And is it the right player? Yeah, it is. And then what we can do is say marketplace service colon prompt product purchase, the developer product ID, and the player. And then we might get some error, but it should work like this, I believe. If not, I can take reference. And then once we wait for this to load, uh, if it ever does load, I have lots of things open. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of scripts in tower defense. I'm gonna delete some. I'm gonna close some of this stuff. But now, well, I don't get it. There's like no module scripts in this game. But uh, what is this? Okay. So now, once I click this, and it didn't prompt. Why is that? Unable to cast instance to and 64. What's up with that? Okay. So now, maybe if we just pass this, maybe that's the problem? I'm not sure, really. Oh my gosh, I really need to close lots of this stuff. Why is Wave Browser even open? Okay. I can wait for this to load again. Why is all this stuff just opening on me? Okay. So, if I'm not mistaken, this should load now. And it's still not loading. I did not click that. Hold on. Okay, so what happens if I click this now? Argument 2 missing or no? Huh. Maybe I put the player before the developer product ID. I don't know. When it comes to developer products, it can get really complicated. So meme testing, no, not that. Let me close this. Okay. So now, what if I try passing, like, the player.user ID, maybe? You see, I'm not really your guy when it comes to having developer products. I'm not really, like, the person to do that. Okay, so unable to cast value to object. So maybe if I pass the player like this, I don't know, it's really complicated. I'm trying to like do the best I can with this tutorial, but I'm like not really a huge fan of this either. There we go. Pass the player before the um developer product. So what you have to do is pass the player before the developer product. So your script should look like this. And then once, well, the ID will vary because your ID is not the same as mine. But when you click it, it should prompt the purchase. And of course, it's just a test purchase, and that's how developer products work. Now that would conclude today's video if I told you there were several other ways to do this. There are several other ways to do this. So, like one would be dragging it out of the click detector into the part and deleting the click detector. And what you could do is use the script.parent.touched event, and you can connect that to a function. And you can pass the player in that too. And then you can do like player dot. You can try that, and then maybe that will like do the same thing, but instead of it's like touched instead of clicked. So this might work too. Like once you touch it, and we have yet another error. Should be of type player. Okay, now this is literally the simplest thing ever. What you do is set a new event, game.players.player added, connect function, and pass the player as a parameter, and add an end like this, and delete this parameter right here. And now you should have the correct player. So now, when you touch it, it should allow you to um touch it and prompt the purchase. Yes, now when you touch it, it prompts the purchase. That is exactly what you want. Now, of course, this console we can now get rid of. And that's how you buy test products, pretty much. You just touch the part, and then ask them if you want to buy it, and you just say yes. And now, there are lots of ways to do this. One more I'll show in this video. This does not require an on-click. So what we're going to do is drag the script into server script service and get rid of the prompt on click. Now we're going to do this the chatted way, if you don't know what that means. So get rid of this touched event. We won't be needing this. But keep the prompt string right there. Now what we're going to do is use a player.chatted event. And we're going to connect that to a function with the message parameter. So now what you can do is Control X for cut and Control V for paste. But like you're like, when they chat, it would be so annoying because it would keep popping up. That's the point of the message parameter. You can say if message is equal to. Remember that double equal sign is very important. Like uh I if it's like equal to something like cat, then it would like prompt the purchase. It would have to be a capital C though. So now, say the player were to like type cat in the chat, that rhymes. So once it loads, if the player was to open the chat and like type cat, it would ask if they want to buy it. There are several super cool ways of doing this. And if I type something that's not cat, notice how it doesn't ask me that annoying message. So that basically just concludes today's video. Uh, you can do whatever you want with developer products. Once again, you type cat, it should ask that. Now, once again, if this isn't working, put a thumbs down in chat and hash your Roblox username. Not hash. Like this. You would like have a thumbs down emoji, and then like your Roblox username, or simply just do a thumbs down. I'll be sure to read your comment, and if it is working, put a thumbs up emoji. And once again, thank you for watching. Episode 2 is now done. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It's completely free, and you can always change your mind later. And I'll see you in the next.